me ducks, how is everybody doing? Oh, you know, it's so nice to be here. It's felt like quite a long day today. Let's start off by saying a few hellos to people that have been here in the chat. You've been a very chatty lot. I've been sat here, just made my cuppa, sat down, and I was just catching up on some of your comments. So, Caroline, first one in. How are you doing, Caroline? And our Becca, hello Becca. Vintage Moon, Ramon. Well, that's a nice thing to say. Even though I don't know you personally, just want to say that you're loved and I send you good vibes and blessings always. Thank you, Ramon. That's always it's always nice to see you here and on Instagram. We have Joanne. Hello, Joe. How are you doing? And Barefoot Pagan, the lovely Celia. Hello, how are you? We have Sandra. Hello, Sandra. Patrice. Hello. Woohoo. Almost time for CC&C. I know. Highlight of my week is to connect me. In fact, I'll come on to that because I wrote that in my gratitude journal. Which I'll show you that in a minute because I was quite pleased with that find. I don't want to miss anybody out amongst the chatter. Malamia, hello Malamia, how you doing? And Ellie, hello Ellie, lovely to see you. Our Kim, hello Kim. And we have Frank and Selkie, hello. I'll be listening, not writing. Hope that's okay. Of course it's okay. It's lovely to see you here, Selkie. Lily Rose and Layla. Hello, Layla. Hoping I'm not missing anybody as I'm scrolling through. Kiki Bell. Nice to see you, Kiki Bell. Hargaman66. Hello from Virginia. Welcome. Is there no sound? Oh, Becca said, is it me or is there no sound? I hope I ain't gone all through that for nothing. There's nothing showing that there's anything wrong. Oh, Malamir can hear sound. I have sound. There is sound. It's you, Becca. Turn your volume up. Well, I'm getting my own back now. When I'm in Becca's lives and I start to nod off, she knows when I nod off and she's like, Simon, wake up. Becca, turn your sound up. Be Charm Divination, hello, lovely to see you. Thank you for doing the tag. Really enjoyed it. You're not coming up in the search though, and I don't know why, because I've checked how you've put the tag and you've put hashtag all about tarot 2022. You've even capitalized where I have. And I think there's a couple of people that aren't coming up and it's annoying, but thankfully you let me know you did it, so I was able to check it out. Lily Rose, Wyoming Win, Arlita, hello, Tortoiseshell Moon, hello, Project My Energy, hello, Julie, and I think, all right, Simon, obviously you've got volume now then, Becca. It's like, all right, Simon. You're welcome, it was fun. I searched the tag and couldn't find any of them. Yeah, it's really bizarre. Because when I did the tag, originally it was going to be called just All About Tarot when I was recording it. But then just before I uploaded it, I searched it and it brought up thousands of pick a card readings and all that kind of stuff. And I thought, oh, it'll get lost. So I searched for All About Tarot 2022. Nothing came up, it was blank. So I thought, right, we'll go with that one. So I added it into the description, uploaded the video. But when you search for it now, it says, do you want All About Tarot or do you want hashtag All About Tarot? So you have to click hashtag All About Tarot. And you do get a few people that have done it over the last 24 hours. But then you still get under that loads of pick a card and horoscope type readings, so it's bizarre. But anyway, yeah, Becca enjoyed it so much she did it twice. Pre-recorded and and live. So, how is everybody? Are we all doing okay? It does feel better to be sat in my old position with a nicer background than two white doors, I have to say. And I can just leave my doors open now because I never close doors. When I was a kid, we were constantly berated. You would get that, are you born in a barn? Shut the door. Or was you born in a barn? But I never close doors. My doors are always propped open. So I don't have to think now, oh, I've got to close my doors. They can stay open. And you're none the wiser. You just get to see tarot and my Gaia and hair. I'm going to do it. Oh, lovely. Fab. Well, what I've done as well, on my community part, you know, if you use a phone, you can see community. I can't see it on an iPad or anything like that. Because it was some people's aren't coming up, I've said link, put your link in, or put a comment saying you've done it, and I can click on your channel and I can go and watch it. So if anybody has done the tag and I've not commented yet, that means I haven't seen it yet, because I've commented on every one I've seen so far. I spent a lot of today watching tags. Then do put your comment on the community tag saying I've done it, Simon, and I'll come and watch. And if I'm not subscribed, then I will be subscribed. You don't know that I'm subscribed because I don't have my subscriptions public, but I'm there watching. Good here in Western North Carolina. Beautiful day. Yeah, it's been a beautiful day here as well. I really like this background, says Sandra. I never close doors either. I like to hear what's going on in other rooms. Well, if there are things going on in other rooms here, I would be concerned, being as I live alone. Lily likes the background. Back to the good old days. Loving the new background behind you, says Caroline. It's better for air circulation to have doors open anyway. I agree, Malamir. Bumblebee Jasper. Yeah, I've only got a tiny piece. It's on one of my tarot decks here. Sandra got a beautiful piece from a crystal show that she went to. I've just got that piece of Bumblebee Jasper, which is lovely. And as I said, it sits on my CS tarot, which is on my little shelf at the side of me here. You look gorgeous, Simon. Why, thank you. That's random. Thank you. I've lost 19.5 pounds in 3 weeks. And the last week I only lost 1.5 pounds, but I didn't think I was going to lose anything because it was a really tough week last week. Because there was a grand opening of a restaurant that we work in partnership with, and I was invited to that, and there was lots of food. It was the volunteers thank you lunch that I went to, and it was in all you can eat buffet, but not the one we normally go to because that's shut in the day, and there was no healthy options. And then I got invited last Sunday to a friend's house, and they did a 3-course meal, and I was like, I wouldn't have put so much weight on, but I still lost 1.5 pounds. So the other days around it made up for it. But yeah, 19.5 pounds in 3 weeks. So I'm focused again. I'm aiming. Background. I mean, after all that, Becca's like, I mean the background, Simon, not you. Kelly says, and yes, you look fabulous. Sandra, just keep at it. You know that, you know, you'll have those periods, but then you'll go and you'll have quite a significant weight loss, and you've got to look at the journey overall from when you started to where you are now. And I always think as well, even if it's a stone or 2 stone, if you weren't going, I know that if I weren't going, because when I don't go, then weight goes on. So if anything, it's keeping things in check as well. Stay focused, like the background too. Thank you, Hagerman. Is it Hagerman? Hagerman? And you and your background, of course. Thank you, Malamia. So this is why I like to check in with my community. You're so kind. Simon, you always look fabulous. Thank you, Patrice. So yeah, so everybody's doing okay. Everybody having a good weekend so far. Let's have a little bit of a natter before we begin with stuff. Yes, if I didn't go, it'd be much worse. Exactly, that's how you have to look at it. I'm focused eating Maltesers whilst listening to you. Lily, that's torture. Here we are saying about how we're trying to be healthy and lose weight, and you're eating Maltesers. I'm only jealous. The Angel School, hello. Berry from New York City. Well, welcome, Berry from New York City. I don't think I've seen you before. The Angel School. That sounds interesting. Who else enjoys entering Simon's playroom? That became a meme, didn't it? It's been sent to me so many times from so many different people. Like, did you know that you've become a meme? My back, yes, so much better, Joe. Thank you. Thank you for asking. I mean, I did struggle for a few days with it. So on the Sunday, I was a lot better. In fact, I did a quick test live of when I set this new desk extension up and everything. And I was saying there's just kind of twinges and things. And I'm a fool to myself because my friend asked me for some help, and people ask me for help. I always do. And it was to take some stuff to a skip. So I put these big gloves on and all that. I was throwing stuff into the skip, and I was conscious of my back, but taking it steady. And then I was setting this desk up, moving things around. You know what it's like when you're setting furniture up and you're moving things. And I did the live, and I was thinking, oh yeah, actually, it's a lot better today. And Monday was a different story. Yeah. But as the day went on Monday, it got a lot better. And now, I mean, it's always there. Do you know what I mean? It's always going to be there, but it's manageable. It's not where I'm, you know, in constant sort of pain and having to keep readjusting. So, Berry, hi, fellow New Yorker. Yeah, Caroline's from New York. Asheville, North Carolina here. I love it when people say where they're from because, you know, here I am sat in my apartment in little old Nottingham in the East Midlands of England, and there's people from all over the globe able to connect in, and it's incredible, really. And I suppose younger people don't really, I'm not saying don't appreciate it, I'm sure they do appreciate it, but they don't remember a time when this would have felt really space age. I can remember there used to be a program when I was a kid in the 70s called Space 1999, and it was going to be, you know, that's what life's going to be like in 20 to 30 years time. And of course it wasn't, but I can always remember like a monitor like this where people were talking to each other. That just seems so cool to think that one day you could call somebody and see them. And my auntie moved to Nigeria. She married a Nigerian and moved to Nigeria in the 1970s. And I can remember she got ill and my dad had to phone Nigeria. We had a massive phone bill, but it took over 30 minutes to be connected from his phone to their phone because you had to go through all different operators to connect it up in all different parts of the world. It was unbelievable. And now you can just press a button and see that person and talk to them instantly. So it's amazing. I love Space 1999. I'm glad you can remember it. There was a character in it called Myra, wasn't there? And she thought of something, she became it. So she thought of a tiger, she suddenly became a tiger. She was a shapeshifter. Love Space 1999, the hairdos. And do you remember Logan's Run? I loved Logan's Run. I don't know if it was 30 or 40, but if you got to a certain age, which when I was a kid felt old anyway, but if you got to a certain age, you were put to death. It might have been 30 or 40 anyway. And these characters would come into that age, so they went on the run to escape, you know, this kind of nasty ending. But it was so cool, Logan's Run. I wonder if you can get them on DVD. Flying cars, yeah, like the Jetsons. Just scrolling down. A big hello to anyone I might have missed. I like Space 1999 too. I remember Logan's Run. Yes, she was awesome. I watched Elvira movie yesterday. Grab a tool and start banging. I've got my friend Anton, who lives in Texas, every year sends like a care package. You've probably seen me open them in the past. And he's a huge Elvira fan and knows her, meets her, follows her around, not in a stalker way, but, you know, as in her shows and things. And he sent me like figurines of Elvira, but he sent me this huge hardback book that she actually signed for me, for me. And it's a fantastic book. You'll remember some good programmes, Simon. Well, they were good programmes back then, weren't they? It was 30. I love Michael York and Farrah Fawcett, yeah, before Charlie's Angels. And 30, even though I'd be, when Logan's Run was out, I'd be six or seven, I think. But it felt old. I'd been dead 20 years now. It's Gay Pride in Holland, Amsterdam. Looks very pink. It's sweet. Might go out tonight, but very tired, so we'll see. It says Astral Lady Tarot. Getting my channels mixed up there. Happy Pride in Holland. It was our Pride weekend last weekend in Nottingham. Even though Pride Month in the UK is June, people have their Pride events at different times of the year. And Nottingham's is always the last weekend in July. And it's one of the first years I didn't go down to it. And I think it was because of my back, really. I had a car named, Elvira, a sleek back sleeker. Did anyone watch the Jetsons? Yes, I used to watch the Jetsons. And Hong Kong Phooey. There used to be, it might have been British though, so I don't know if you'd know it, but there used to be a cartoon when I was a kid. And every time I mention it to people, they're like, no, I don't remember that. But it was called Baggy Pants and the Nitwits. And I can still hear the theme tune, Baggy Pants and the Nitwits. And it used to be a double bill. There used to be Hong Kong Phooey, followed by Baggy Pants and the Nitwits, every Saturday morning. And I used to love it. So if anybody remembers Baggy Pants and the Nitwits, nobody in my circle of friends around me or work colleagues have ever heard of it. Hong Kong Phooey, yeah. My daughter was just in Amsterdam 2 weeks ago. She loved it. Patrick Valenza, Deviant Moon is supposed to be releasing Tarot of Black Enchantment soon. Any thoughts? Ooh, that is exciting. A Tarot of Black Enchantment. I know he's got a playing card deck out at the moment. It's hard at the moment to buy from Deviant Moon. But they look, I think it's an unhistorical playing card deck or something like that, but it looks super cool. But yeah, it was, I remember a few years ago there was a hint that Mildred Payne's mother had made her own tarot and used to read tarot. So I wondered if there was perhaps a new tarot deck coming. Hello, Claude. Greetings from Luxembourg. Nice to see you. I vaguely remember Kimber. Oh, Sandra remembers baggy pants and the nitwits. I'm not the only one. Hey, hi Kate, nice to see you. Tower of Black Enchantment is a way off at the moment. Can't wait though. Yeah, and what's happened to the Deviant Moon Oracle? That was like going to come out like 2 years ago. Last year, I know we've had pandemics and things. Then it was going to be out last year, and we're over halfway through this year now, and still no news from US Games. Simon, you are back to your previous setting. So much your shelves. I'm glad you like it, Kay. Also, new mug. I picked this up in Urban Outfitters. I really like yin and yang. I mean, even when I was a kid, I mean, the symbol is kind of, I won't say lost its meaning, but you know, you see it everywhere, don't you? You see it on tattoos, you see it on the side of VW camper vans and things like that. And we used to draw them on our exercise books, but I've always loved the yin and yang symbol. And as soon as I saw this mug in Urban Outfitters, I thought, I've got to get it, because I just love the design of it. And you know, it's actually a really profound symbol, because it just represents life and that balance and that duality and everything about it. You know, the shape of it is deliberate. You know, it's one kind of leaning into the other. It's not a straight line. You know, we got half white, half black or dark colour. And it's just a really powerful symbol, and I've always loved it. In fact, I'm going to put it into my book of rituals and practices. But yeah, it's a gorgeous symbol. I love the fact that it represents that even the light, the good, has darkness, has bad within it. And even the shadow, the darkness, the bad, has good within it. And that's like everything. Life is duality. And that's kind of how I started off my channel, with my former channel name, before I realised that it was inappropriate to have that name. But the reason why I had that name really was because of, you know, everything for me is about life and duality. Everything has an opposite. But when we think of opposites, it's not a straight line. It's not black versus white. You know, it's not good versus evil. They meld into each other. Night and day meld into each other, with twilight, you know, and dawn. Those in between times. So I just think it's such a profound symbol. So I saw this mug and I was like, I've got to get it. You've got to take the bad with the good. Yeah, exactly. But even the most wicked people, you can find some good in there. It might only be small, but you know, I'm sure some people who've done some terrible things. I think about somebody like the Cray twins, you know, were gangsters, but they love their mother. I mean, there was good in there, not a lot of it. And then the most saintly amongst us, you know, whether it's they get behind the wheel of a car and they've got a terrible temper and road rage, or they have very dark thoughts. You know, there's nothing is as it seems. It melds together, and it's such an incredible symbol. I love it. And always through our darkest moments, there is always light. There is, and that's a reminder as well, isn't it? That whilst we are in this situation, we've got to focus, even if it's a small bit. We've got to focus on the light. I've just seen mug on eBay. It's not cheap, but it's beautiful. This actual one, like I say, this was from Urban Outfitters, and they're not the cheapest of shops. This was £13, which I guess is about $17, $18. but it's quite a thick mug. Mug? It's quite a thick mug, and it does keep your drink quite hot as well. MA says, that's the deepest analysis of a coffee mug I've ever witnessed. Hello, MA. And thank you as well for doing the tag. I enjoyed watching your responses. How's the summer heat in Europe? It's actually quite warm tonight. I was thinking about flicking the fan on, but I didn't want a distraction, a noise. Oh, it's jumped really quick then. I saw something and then it jumped. I was so engrossed in the Rosemary and Thyme series that I came here late. I haven't seen that for years. That's the one with Felicity Kendall, isn't it? And Pam Ferris? Felicity Kendall and Pam Ferris? I think I've only ever seen one of them. But it was a very sweet, it's what we call the Sunday night viewing, like Downton Abbey and all those kind of shows. Okay, so what else to talk about? Channel shout out. I want to do a channel shout out to I don't know what happened then. I went to do a channel shout out and it threw me out of the it threw me out. How rude. Let's see if it does it again. So, Inlays Inlet. They have a great channel. Only discovered it this week. They combine on their channel my two loves, stationery and all things associated with stationery, like organisers and pen pouches and everything else, and tarot. And so when I found their channel, I really enjoyed it, and there's not many videos on there yet, because they are quite new. But yeah, really enjoying their content. So do check out Inlays Inlet. So yeah, that's a channel shout out. Yes, me too, and I have subscribed. Even technology can be rude. Innit? Simon, we lost you. I know, it was like, I only wanted to do a channel shout out. I didn't expect it to get booted from my own channel. What else have I got to tell you? What I thought we could do as well. I was going to mention. So I've dug out my Midori because I really miss using my Midori. And whilst it's been on my desk, it's not gone with me to work and things like that. So if you saw my Love of Lamy video, you'll have seen that I bought some new inserts, and I'm doing set the bullet journal up for September when I go back to work, new academic year. I've got kind of like all sorts of stuff in there. I always keep a £20 note in there just in case of emergencies. But yesterday I was in John Lewis because I needed a sugar bowl, as you do. And I was in John Lewis and I was browsing through their stationery section, and I noticed they'd got and you can't buy from Ryman's. I don't think that's our only kind of stationery shop. And it's more like stationery supplies, like printer paper and all that kind of stuff. They don't have a lot of cool things. But I noticed they'd got a set of 3 of these. And they're kind of, I mean, you're supposed to just buy them like this, but they're perfect for travellers' journals. And the first one is a gratitude journal. The second one was a reflection, and I can't remember what the third one was. There was a third one because it's a set of 3 bound together, and I thought, oh, I really would like the gratitude. I wonder if you can buy them separately. Anyway, you can't. You had to buy all 3, but it wasn't dear. I think it was like £7 for the 3, and oops, they've got these sections in them that you fill in each day. And I was thinking, oh, I really wish there was more of the gratitude. Anyway, I bought them thinking, well, I'll use one of them. Got home, took the band off, and there was an error in the pack I'd picked up. There was one reflection and 2 gratitude journals. I have the same one. It was thanks to the first time you showed yours. What do you have the same of, Kay? These. So I've popped in the back of my Midori the first one, the first gratitude journal. And they're just something to reflect on at the start of each day. So I've got here, this was yesterday's. So it has, you put your day at the top and then daily gratitude. And I've just put for being in the best job I've ever had and the fact it pays me a wage, a living. Highlight of the day, I had coffee twice with 2 different friends, which was really, both of those was really nice yesterday. Something that made me smile, breaking up from work for 2 weeks, even though it's the best job ever. It's always nice when you can, I was just talking about this earlier because Jen and Elle are flying to the UK in a few hours. And Jen was saying how satisfying it was to shut down her computer yesterday, and said, I can relate to that. When you set you're out of office, I'm out of the office until, and you think, ah, oh, that's nice. That was meant to be, yeah. And then you have thoughts at the bottom. I'm not going to share that bit, but then I've just done today's earlier. Daily gratitude to be able to afford healthy food, because healthy food isn't cheap. And that's why we have the problem we have in this country of obesity, because it is so affordable to go to Greg's and get a sausage roll, or to go to a shop and yes, you can eat relatively healthy, but salad items and fresh vegetables and proper meats, or, you know, it costs and it's not cheap. Fish is so expensive at the moment. Highlight of the day, connecting with my community. Something that made me smile, videos of my sister's dog. My sister's got a new little pup, but she sent me videos, and coffee in bed this morning. And then my thoughts is something that, I don't know, I like to keep my thoughts just between me and my journals. But yeah, so they were cool. I was really pleased about them. So if you are in the UK, I wish I could remember what the third one was. It was something to do with lists. You listed things. These are a set of 3, and you get quite a few pages from John Lewis. And if you do have a traveller's journal, then they fit perfectly. Amen, Simon. I don't know what we're amen in, but amen, Vintage Moon. I miss Stationery box. You spend hours in there. It's something that we're really lacking. There's a gap in the market. We used to have a stationers over here called Partners, and that was quite good, and they shut down. But even the department stores over here don't have, you know, really nice stationery. That sounds ominous, sorry. The same Midori journal. Oh, okay. Yeah, I've had it a few years now. I think I've had it about 5 years. But, and it gets, someone has said to me, the leather gets better with age, and it doesn't matter if it gets scratched, because that's all part of the character. But it gets softer, and it's tactile thing. And you can get faux leather ones as well if you are vegetarian or vegan. Stew meat. Food prices have gone bonkers. They have, Anne. They really have. Patrice says, I'm so excited for Jen and Elle's fabulous UK travels. They are bringing you hugs from me, Simon and Becca. Did you get to meet them? But I'll take that hug. I got a message from Elle last night, and they said, just 3 days until I can give you a big squeeze. And that really cheered me up. That should go in my gratitude journal, because that made me smile. So that's lovely. I can't wait. And it's 3 years since I've seen Jen. 2019 was when Jen last came over to the UK and came here to stay here. So yeah, looking forward to it. And of course I'll do vlogging. So probably, when do I get back? Wednesday. Perhaps by Wednesday night there may be a vlog up. Hi Robin, nice to see you. Thank you for doing the tag too. Sandra's mum has a new kitten. Nobody writes letters anymore. I know, and that's probably why you can't buy nice stationery paper. Well, not in Nottingham anyway. Yes, a vlog. I love those vlogs. Simon, do you ever readings on your channel? No, I've got a ton of readings up on my channel, but they're all unlisted because the link goes to direct to the person. I mean, I've done things in the past like where I've done a spread, like a year ahead spread or stuff like that, but no, I think there's quite a lot of channels out there that do readings, and in the 5.5 years that I've had the channel, I've never felt the need to add to that, because I'm not going to say the 10 a penny, that sounds derogatory, but I mean is there's a plethora of reading, you know, pick a card or horoscopes, or you know, there's so many people giving readings that I didn't feel like I had anything to add to it really. And the readings that I give people, they're very personal to the person. I guess everything's personal if you're a person, but do you know what I mean? I've just seen Anne come in, I think. Hello Anne, late popping in, but hello all, lovely to see you. And Beth, hello Beth. And Jennifer, so looking forward to your vlog and visit. Yeah, I'm looking forward to going. Another thing is, do you remember me, if you watched the tag that I did, I showed my tarot tiles and kept saying I need to get a big bag and I can never get a bag big enough. A genius thought occurred to me. So I was getting ready for washing and laundry, for packing a case, even though I'm only going for like 3 days. And I bought one of those old alls that have things like shaving brush and razor and a little mirror and a comb came with it. Not that I need a comb. And it's one of them that you unzip and then it folds out and there's a hook and you can hang it up. So it's really cool, kind of compact one. And I'd got an old all. So, and it was a little bit, it got like toothpaste on it and all that kind of stuff. So I thought, oh, I'll chuck that away. And then I thought, well, it's a shame to chuck it away. I could put my tarot tiles in there because I think it's big enough. The only thing is it zips open at the top, so it's quite big, but I don't have to zip it all the way. I can just zip it enough to put my hand in and take the tarot tiles out. So I think I've cracked it, he says. Oh, there's loads of room. So zip it up. Hark at that. Oh, that's a satisfying sound, isn't it? Open it a little bit. Yes, that works. We have the Ace of Wands. That's pretty cool. So I'm happy with that. That's because that was just going to go down the chute. And look, there's loads of room. It's in fact, it's a perfect size. So that's the tarot tiles sorted, because whilst they're lovely stacked in a box, what do? You've got to tip them out anyway. So I love it when you can upcycle. Is it called upcycling? Well, I guess that's recycling, isn't it? Because I haven't done anything to it. Sounds like Plinko from Price is Right. I don't know who Plinko is. We had the Price is Right over here, but I don't think there was a character called Plinko. Way to reuse, Simon. Yeah. Repurpose bag. Hello, Tamaya. How are you? Great idea. Let's see what we get. You got the Ace of Wands. Good thinking, Batman. At least we can watch time period shows and let our minds explore. And enough room left over for your toothbrush. Well, I've got the new one, Robin. I've got the one that you can hook up and put on a hook on the back of your bathroom door. Which version of the Tarot Tiles is that? This is the 1909. So Rider-Waite Smith 1909 version, Pam A. There's an error here, and I mentioned it at the time. The Pam A is actually the 1910 version. There's the 1909, which is that one, which was only out for a few months. And then the Pam A, which came out a few months later in 1910. And in my opinion, just my opinion, and these are only facsimiles of course, the Pam A is the most superior out of the 1909 Pam B, C and D. Love it. Plinko is my favourite game on the Price is Right game show. I see my bank account shrinking. The tarot tiles are exquisite. And I never make big purchases lightly. I always spend a lot of time thinking about it. And I spent months thinking about these. And I loved, the first ones I saw was the Sawyer's Path, because these are made by Jamie Sawyer. And I saw the Sawyer's Path and I kept thinking, oh, I love the concept of tarot tiles. Jen, lovely Jen, she had got the Sawyer's Path tarot tiles. And then, I think it was Corvin, I think they showed the 1909 tarot tiles, and I thought, oh my gosh, there's now an RWS version of tarot tiles. And I spent them. I spent money on buying them. And it was an investment, but they will last a lifetime, and they'll give me a lot of pleasure. What are you going to do with the box now? It could be a pen case. I could put some, instead of just in a drawer, I could put some of my pens in. That's a good idea, isn't it? Or cartridges. Yes, I've got some on pen stands, and the ones I take to work, I think I showed these the other day. These are in here, which are the All Stars and the limited edition candy. I love the All Stars, but the regular Safaris and Vistas can go in there. Perfect. Although I'm trying to keep space on my desk, trying to. Simon, maybe you can use the box to stand up certain tarot decks that fit in the box. Yeah? Is the Hermetic Order of the Golden Dawn still a thing over in Europe? No, not for many, many years. Unless it was been revived, but I love being creative and getting ideas from other people. I miss the Hilda Tarot tiles too. Yes, the Hilda Tarot has been done on tarot tiles. Quite a few people, or at least 3 I think, including Becca, who's done my tag, talked about the Unicorn deck and it being the Hilda Tarot. I think you did, didn't you? Be Charmed Divination. I keep calling it Be Charmed Divination. I've forgotten I've forgotten your name, and you said it this morning. Is it Grace? No, not Grace. Do pop in, and I'll pop in. Pop in. I'll put a kettle on. Pop it in below. Are Jen and Elle going to be guests on your channel while they are visiting? Are you going to film your days out, please? Yeah, so you might not have been here when I was saying earlier, Ellie. I'll vlog. We're actually staying at Becca's, so there won't be a live on my channel, but I'll certainly vlog the days that I'm there and with them. Simon, do you use your tarot tiles to reinforce your card readings or vice versa? How do you use them? So what I've done with my tarot tiles is just like any other cards, but because I haven't had a bag to pull, I have taken them out and I've kind of turned them upside down, moved them around on a table and taken my cards out that way, the tiles out that way. I guess you just found one. Yeah, I did. I just bought the new 1.5 nib. Love it, although I got in a mess with ink changing it. Is that on, did you just buy the nib to fit any sort of pen, or did you buy the Joy, which has the this is the 1.9, and it writes really, really lovely, really nice. Has anybody ever taken their tarot cards to Stonehenge? Yes. When I went to Stonehenge, I would have had a backpack and I'd have taken my cards. I don't know if I necessarily got them out. What I have done, we've got a stone circle in Derbyshire Dales in the Peak District called Below Stone Circle, and I've taken my tarot cards there. There's actually a vlog on my channel. It's probably under the playlist that says Hermit on Tour, but it's a day in the life. It was just my day. It was one Sunday from like 5:30 a.m. when my alarm went off to 10 o'clock at night, and I vlogged a day in my life. And in the afternoon, because it was a Sunday, we went to, one of the places we went to in Derbyshire was Below, and I took my tarot and some crystals there, which I've done a few times. We will do a live together. We've just got to find the time, haven't we? Because they're on a very tight schedule, Jen and Elle. But I'm sure we'll sort something out. Can you play tarot tiles in the bathtub? I wouldn't, because they are wood, so I don't want them, you know, to get soaked or split or anything like that. And they're only covered in resin on one side. Hi, Kristen Louise. I want to get the Joy with a calligraphy nib. Yeah, Chris from Elemental Cartomancy bought one. He sent me a picture saying, look what he made me do. I was going to take my card to Stonehenge, but due to lockdown, never got there. I took my kids to Stonehenge, totally different experience. As an avid station lover, have you ever watched Dustin from Mondo Metaphysicae? Not for a while, but I didn't know he was into stationery. I thought it was just tarot. I thought tiles were domino-like material. No, they're actually they're wooden tiles. So let me show you one. So that's the back. I don't know how wooden it looks, but it's wood with wood burning, wood etching. And then on the other side, you can see the wood underneath. And then you've got your card, and then it's got this resin. They're beautiful. They feel really lovely, but they do feel rough. Proper wood on one side, and then smooth on the other. They are good quality. So that's that. For the next 40 minutes or so, I don't have any new decks. So what I thought, because I'm sat here in front of my cards, I thought it'd be fun that if you spot a deck that you want to see close up or in more detail, then I'm happy to show it you. So what we could do, we will call it You Choose the Deck. I feel very low down now since I've pushed that camera back so you can see the entirety. That is the entirety. Well, actually, there's a whole row below that you'll never see. And you can't see much of the second row up, actually. One of the tin decks. So one of those tin decks. Any particular one? Is that a deck orange by the white hair? Orange by the white hair. Oh, at the back there. As in by this hair here and the that's the Alice limited edition Baba Studios deck in the wooden box. Spot the deck. I love Glastonbury Ellie. Spot the deck. Simon, what do you do in the journal once you have filled it? I keep them. They're all on a bookcase. Second from the left over the third row from the right. Don't do this to me. Just say Tara Prague, please. Right shoulder behind the red chest. This ain't gonna work. Bad idea. What's the pink box on the top shelf? Third over. That's one of the what are they called? The oh my goodness. Neo Rider. That was it. I was about to have a look. The Neo Rider collection, and that's the rose gold plastic deck. I mean left shoulder, DM shelf. What are the multiple same looking boxes in different colours top row? Yes, that is the Neo Rider ones. No, it's just a box with a cloth behind the white hair with a goddess sitting on. There is no box. There is no box. What are you seeing, Robin? So the hair, the goddess. I've got a crystal ball. I've got some chalice well water, chalice well ornament, a goddess candle, and a candle at the top. And then it's just on shelves. If that's the white hair, I can't see any other. It's not really a white hair. This one, are you talking about this hair? Love this hair. So gorgeous. It was only £10 from a supermarket. I'm in stitches, oh dear. Show something you never read with. Your least touched deck, says MA. I see no tarot deck by the white hair. I love listening to you read Lunar Moon Hair. What can you read to us next? I've got to get permission. If you read a book, you've got to get permission from the author. And Wendy was so gracious to say yes, absolutely. And I look forward to seeing what kind of job you do with it. No pressure. Bear with, bear with. A mini deck with a summer theme. Robin's not come back to say, yeah. Oh, he said yes. Well, there's no deck there. All the decks you can see are on the 25 cubes. The first person actually said one of your tins. So shall we go with one of the tins? Any particular one? Let's see Scylla's deck. Simon repeating, there is no box, there is no box. Made me feel like I was in the Matrix. This is like the tarot deck hunt instead of the tarot witch hunt. It's an orange cloth covering the shelf for the goddess to sit on. It's actually red. It's a beautiful red silk scarf. And if you're on about this, these are dominoes. these are my dominoes. This is my incense. If you're on about this orange, that's the gratitude journal that I've just showed you. But there's no deck in that area there. I can't stop laughing. The tin one with the fool on the cover, 3rd row back, says Cat. So that is our university books. So this is from the 1960s, I believe, and it is an original. I have kept the box, but I had a tin made for it. It's the pink back ones with the onk. Just ordered Slavic Legends of Tarot from Taraka Studios. The colours in this are very gaudy. The cardstock's not brilliant. And it often gets compared to Albano 8 because of the bright colours, but the colours are really nice. I mean, look at the wings there of the angel in the judgment card. Is the cardstock really then? I have one and I'm always wondering if it's real. Yeah, it's quite thin. Not the thinnest I've seen, but this is an original and I traded for it with Brant, and Brant knows his stuff as well. There's hundreds of decks right behind Simon. Let's just pick one. There's actually less now than there's 200 decks in the spare room on a similar sized wall unit. Those people who don't like the gaudy yellow in the RWS probably won't like this one, but I like it because of its place in the tarot history. Oh, I love it. It was quite hard to get, and I managed to get an original 1960s Albano weight as well, which I was really pleased about. But yeah, this is nice. Look at how blue that colour is in our Two of Swords. Hi, Carla. Trying to catch it where there's no light. I love the purple curtain in the Justice card. It's beautiful. Tarot Disassembled. I have seen it. I'm not sure if it's one. I've got quite a few where there's, I suppose the closest deck I've got to that, and where I kind of think, well, would it add anything else, is the oh, what is it called, by Pentagram Publishing. It's around here somewhere, I think. I'm not going to be able to find it now, am I? But it's Reverse Scale, the Reverse Scale. When was the last time you did a head count of your Pixie illustrated RWS decks? Do you know how many you currently have? I know it's over 40. The last time I did a count, it was over 40. Look at the Lovers. Look how gorgeous those colours are. So beautiful. I'm tilting it at a strange angle because if I do that, it kind of, you get a reflection, but it's very rich. That's the word I'd use. Look at the colours here, really rich. It's luscious. So that's university books. Did I see somebody say Lionsgate? I thought I saw that flash up as well. Simon, can you suggest a tarot deck that might pair nicely with Earthly Souls and Spirits Oracle? Earthly Souls and Spirits. Is that the one with the witches in it? So pop that there. I'm sure someone said Lionsgate, and I think they said Lionsgate because of Monday. So there is the this was the 4th edition, wasn't it? Or do you want the 1st edition? I'm getting some sun in my eyes now. Need to move away from that chin. All that is, because I've got my blinds down, is there's a little gap between, and it's shining on the Hermit picture that Scylla Conway did for me from her Shimmering Veil deck. It's shining on that on the wall and reflecting back at me. Yes, it is, Simon. Yeah, so Lionsgate opens on Monday, doesn't it? The portal. This is a gorgeous, gorgeous deck. I'll just show you a few of the cards. They're quite nice. These are quite large size cards. So we've got our Empress here. I like the simplicity of the artwork and the soft use of colours. Use of soft colours, I should say. The Hanged Man. Lionsgate, question mark. I'm sure there are some astrology people in the chat. Look at the strength card. How beautiful is that? Isn't Monday, though, quite a significant day, Maruta? Tower. Did you see my Instagram yesterday? My reading, I was like, oh my gosh, the situation was the Tower. What is hidden is strength. And my outcome card was death. I'm like, staying in bed tomorrow. Beautiful star card. I love this deck. I need to get this out and use it more. Devil. Yes, August 8th is Lionsgate, which is Monday. Death. And I have a Kelly pouch on my desk which houses the new edition, and these ones are, well, gold gilded the same but different. This is more of a, this one more of a yellowy gold, but the size difference. Try and find two cards the same. There we go. Oh. You see the size difference? And the backs, different colours. Same pattern, but different colours. So, this one I tend to use more because it's easier. So, and it sits on my desk. In this gorgeous Kelly pouch. That is now moving right into my face, isn't it? I'm into astrology. I have been for years and have no idea about Lionsgate. 8th of the 8th. And 12th of the 8th is a Night of 1,000 Stars, which we used to go and really enjoy. How it's get. Okay, where are we? The Moon is a gorgeous card. So I'm just showing you a few of them. And then somebody said Scylla's, but I'm not sure which Scylla's deck. Was you talking about Shimmering Veil when you said let's see Scylla's? Four of Cups. I love the Four of Cups card. I've always liked the Four of Cups card. Dodge the light, Simon. Yeah, Robin, one for you. Being as that's your significator card. Yeah, so Lion's Gateway Tarot. We do get a nice little book with this version. The only reason why it's called Lion's Gateway is because she started working, the creator, on this deck during the Lion's Gate. Did it mention that in here? Working with, I'm not sure if it does, or whether she just told me that in an email correspondence. Yeah, it's not mentioned in there. Toadstool Tower, yes, I'm about to remember. Cat Weasel. Yeah, Cat Weasel went into a program called Wurzel Gummidge where he played Mr. Crowman. Where's the box for the other one? There we go. Pop that there. And then somebody mentioned Scylla's deck, which, oh, I love this deck. This is another one that's always out. And I've spoke about it many times. And when I did my top 10 tarot decks of all time, this is my second favourite against my RWS, my Blushing Fool in particular, but any RWS really. It is just so powerful. Gives me all the feels now as I'm looking at this artwork. It's just beautiful, absolutely beautiful. And look at this, the Judgment card. All of these souls ascending to the light. Whatever that is, whatever your belief system. It could be anything, a supreme soul, a deity, source. It's much more in keeping for me than some judgment of, you know, some being judging us. Gorgeous. Strength card. Shimmering Veil is Vanetta's favourite when I do readings for her. It's so powerful, isn't it? I mean, look. Gorgeous. It kind of reminds me of Handmaid's Tale. And Scylla uses symbols, so it's not so intrusive. So clouds is for air, which is of course our sword suit. Just stunning. Ugh, I mean, what a devil card. Ugh. There's so much energy and emotions tied in. Shimmering Veil is my go-to. Shimmering Veil is such a beautifully spiritual deck. The artwork serves as a portal to other realms. Yeah, and I never got to interview Scylla because it was all set up and we're ready, and her internet was just so bad that we couldn't go live. But what I wanted to speak to her about was that, you know, these just feel really channeled. And I wouldn't be surprised if... And her art is so versatile. If you look at a deck like this and then the Byzantine tarot, it's incredible how versatile she is. I love that. I could just look at these images all day. Now, the offending picture that is shining light on me at the moment is a huge A1 size framed on my wall above my sacred space of the Hermit, because Law is going into a cave. He's coming down from the township and he's got his light and he's about to go into his hermit's cave. Love it. And she said to me, I want to send you a print. What card from the deck would you like? And I just instantly said, it's got to be the Hermit. And she did. She sent it for me, which was really, really kind. She's a very kind and generous lady. So yeah, so that's Shimmering Veil. I'm really tempted to get Scylla's other tarot too, the intuitive one. Yeah, I've got that. Well, I've got all of Scylla's work. I'm looking forward to her, what was it called? Gods and... Is it Gods and Goddesses, or... I forgot what it's called now, it's gone out of my mind. Yes, very energetically powerful, and the Golden Fool is a card I relate to at this point in my Fool's journey. It's beautiful art and I love hearing how it affects people, but it's not a deck I could read with. I've not been able to figure out why, but it's lovely. I think it's a deck that you certainly have to sit with. I mean, Patrice, how you were saying that for Vanetta, she loves for you to read from that deck with her. Do you find it easy to read with in relation to the comment that Rifflin, is it Rifflin, makes? Or, I mean, I can read with it, but it is definitely a deck that I sit and absorb. It's not a deck that I would use if I'm in a hurry. I need time with it. Simon, I can't wait to see the new deck. Do you know the name about it? The Gods. That's what I was trying to remember. It's like a hexagon shaped deck, isn't it? Is it something like the Old Gods? What do you think to her new Divas deck in comparison to the first? I like it. It's a bit of a different kind of structure, isn't it? But yeah, I mean, all of her decks are very powerful. I've also got the Book of the Dead. Again, that system takes some work, and it's not one that I've used a lot, if I'm honest, but I'm glad I've got it. Love the sound of a riffle and a bridge. VP books, the ones I recommend. I'm not quite sure what we're talking about now. Migraine Weather. I have his Bare Bones Tarot book. It's fantastic. I must have missed a comment earlier. I do energy work, so I always assume that I would favour that kind of SV arcs. It's definitely got energetic power. Must not be the time. Yeah, that's kind of how we've all been there with decks where the time hasn't been right. Took me a while with Mary L a few years back. Simon, are you drinking beer out of your cup? No, Matt. I wish that was beer. It's actually very cold coffee now because I made it an hour and a quarter ago. But I've got a very nice dinner. I put something in the slow cooking. It's been in for 8.5 hours now, and it's a cowboy stew. And I'm having it with some veggies. So I can smell it coming from the kitchen. So as soon as I've finished here, the veggies only take a few minutes because it's one of them in a tub that you microwave. It's got some garlic butter on. And then I can just serve it straight from my crock pot. It's enough for a couple of days as well, so it will do tomorrow. Those cards also interact with each other well in the Shimmering Veil. Simon, are those decks you plan to work with for the autumn season? Are these decks you plan? No, I haven't really thought about. I'm not really somebody that, I mean, I get some decks that are have a very light feel. So they tend to be the ones I'll use during spring and summer. And then there are I mean, I love it when autumn comes because everything starts to, let me just take that off, you choose the deck. Everything starts to get darker, doesn't it? And the nights draw in. And I love to be able to light candles. I don't light candles much other than sacred spaces. But when it's dark nights, I love to come home from work, lock the door, get into me comfies, also another word for pyjamas, light some candles, light some incense, and just hunker down, you know. I get very hermity in autumn and winter, but there's a very special energy around that time of year, and I do feel more drawn to darker decks. So I think it's more of a subconscious thing than a conscious thing. I don't think, right, these are the decks I'm going to work with during summer. And very often it's decks that come to me. If I buy a deck, then they tend to be there. That said, I did the other day. I forgot there was a crystal on top of this deck. I got out my Polka, which you could call a darker deck, but I just thought, oh, I'll leave this out for a bit. So, you know, when people say to you, why do you have so many decks? You can't use them all at once. No, you can't. But might be 18 months, 2 years since I've worked with this deck. But because it's there, you know, I think, do you know, I really want to work with that deck. So I'll get it out and I'll put it on my desk and I'll work with them. I feel the same about autumn and winter, Simon. Yeah. I light 15 odd tea lights a night in winter. It's so easy to do though, isn't it? I don't know much about yoga, but does anyone else feel like tarot is yoga for the mind? I've not really thought of it that way because I used to do a practice which is yoga for the mind, which is called Raj Yoga. And that is yoga for the mind, and it comes out of Hindu kind of philosophy through a school called Brahma Kumaris, which is about connecting the supreme soul of the universe to your soul, which they believe resides here. And that's why you'll see a lot of people who follow the Hindu faith will have a little mark in here, because that's where you should focus when you meet somebody, because it's soul to soul connection. But Raj Yoga, which translates as royal yoga, is where you connect your supreme soul, your soul with the supreme soul through meditation. Yoga for the mind. Still love the Polka Tarot. Does anybody who has a lot of decks put them in rotation to use them, or just around to them randomly? I don't. Mine is just random. This is my tarot library, my symphony of voices, and they're there, and I can pull at random as I feel drawn. Maybe I should rotate them a bit with the ones in the bedroom, because they don't get as much kind of love. I say bedroom, it's not my bedroom, it's a spare room, but there's like I say, there's 200 decks in there as well. Sandra chooses randomly. I think contemplative or imaginative tarot work is stretching my mind like yoga would for sure. Yes, absolutely. Anything that stretches your mind is healthy and, you know, a good way to exercise the mind. And the more that we study something and contemplate it and think about it, then, you know, the more we're keeping our brain active, isn't it? Simon, you have a symphony, but it's very well tuned. Okay, so shall we go left or right? Let's go right. We will pull a card for the week. Simon, every time you flick your hand in the air, the shadow of it looks like smoke coming from the crystal ball besides the infamous white hair behind you. When I do that? Oh yes. That's an obsidian ball for scrying. That goddess is going to change because when I go to Glastonbury, there's a Philippa Bauer goddess that I want to get. She's going to go back onto the main space. I've got my little Millennium Gaia on there at the moment, as well as my two other Philippa Bauer god and goddesses. But there's a beautiful green Philippa Bauer goddess that I want to get that will go there. So come October, that'll be changed. How do you feel about when your decks get worn or bent? Does it make the card readings better or worse? For me, it doesn't make them any better or any worse. I like them when they get aged. That's why I like edging and things, you know, and they're a bit broken in. I don't like bent cards. That would bother me. But, you know, chipped cards, frayed cards, a bit rough around the edges, old decks, they've got character. And charm and everything else, but I don't think it necessarily reads better. That's, you know, probably handles a bit better, but it doesn't matter if I'm reading a new deck or an old deck. Oh, cool, Simon. Didn't you know, Sandra? I thought I sent you a picture of the one I wanted to get. Did I just flick one over then? I had a dream I was going to order a shipment of crystals and auction them off live. All right. Focus. A message for the week ahead. Oh, we have the Devil card. I've been pulling some right cards recently. Do you know what though? The devil is often a devil of our own making. That's what we have to remember. Okay, it's not necessarily being in bondage to someone else. It can be in bondage with our own thought processes. Yeah, and I don't believe in the devil, if that makes sense, as a personified being. But the devil will appear when we are trapped within our own darkness, if that makes sense. Everything for me is about life stages. And when the devil card appears, when I read the devil card for myself, I always think, okay, what am I not paying attention to? What's holding me back? And it's a devil of our own making. So I guess what we have to do is we have to go inwards. We have to expose it. We have to bring from the subconscious into the conscious, and we have to shine a light on it. What's that quote? If you don't have any shadows, you are not standing within the light. If you don't have any shadows, you are not standing in the light. So what that actually means is a bit like that yin and yang again, isn't it? You know, we all have shadows, okay? But the reason Carl Jung referred to them as shadows is because they're not always conscious. You know, shadow work is about going down deep and getting to the root of something and bringing it forward and shining that light on it, because darkness loses its power when we shine light on it. So the devil card, our message for the week really for me would be that perhaps it's a devil of our own making. The devil appears when we are, you know, kind of trapped in the dark. So let's get to the root of it. Let's do that work. Let's dig deep. Let's bring it to the forefront of our lives. Let's shine a light on it. Be conscious. Okay. Thank you everybody for being here today. It's been lovely. As I put in my gratitude journal this morning, you know, one of the things I'm always grateful for is you guys, and coming here every week and connecting. You are my community, and you keep me going. And coming here on a Saturday is like plugging in and charging my battery for the week ahead. So I want to thank you for that. I hope, you know, you realise I never take any of you for granted. Every message you send me on my videos, all the encouragement, all the support is just, it means such a lot. So thank you for everything that you do for me and for this channel, and for the space that you help to create. I might facilitate it, but you guys are the ones that make it what it is. So thank you for that as well. Have a fantastic weekend. The next video you'll see from me will be the vlog from spending time at Becca's with Jen, Becca and our Elle. So I look forward to that. Stay safe, and until next time, go in peace. Namaste and blessed be.